This is the scientific notation video 2. The other one was a little too long, so I had to split them up. So here's video 2, and we're going to go to example, I think it's example, for some reason we are going to go to example 5. Alright. To figure out order from least to greatest on scientific notation, you first need to turn it into perfect scientific notation. They look like they're in scientific notation, but it is not between 0.064, which is 64 thousandths, is not between 1 and 10. So we need to turn it into 1 to 10. Since I moved the decimal over to the right-hand side, I subtracted 2 from the exponent. So it's going to be 6.4 times 10 to the 6th power. And then for 312 times 10 to the 2nd, I'm going to move the decimal. The decimal's at the 2, and I'm going to move it over twice. And this time I'm going to the left, so I'm adding 2. So it's going to be 3.12 times 10 to the 4th power. And then this last one I moved it over 1 to the right, so it's minus 1. So it's going to be 5.8 times 10 to the 11th. Now, to figure out from least to greatest, you are going to look first at the exponents. Smallest exponent first to largest exponent. So my smallest exponent happens to be this 4, but you are going to write down the original number. So it's going to be this. So the smallest number is going to be 312 times 10 to the 2nd. And then my second smallest exponent happens to be 6. So I'm going to write this one down. So it's going to be 0.064 times 10 to the 8th. And then lastly would be 0.58 or 58 hundredths times 10 to the 12th. B, you're going to do the same thing. I'm going to add 2 since I moved it over 2. I'm going to change it a different color so we don't mistaken it. So it's 5.26 times 10 to the negative 5. Move this over, add 1. So this one's going to be 1.83 times 10 to the negative 5th. Oh, there's 2 of the same exponents. We'll get there. Then this one I'm going to add. Go to the, sorry, not add. I'm going to subtract 2 because I'm moving it over 2 to the right. So it's going to be 9.8 times 10 to the negative 11. Remember, now this is negative numbers for our exponents. So we are going to, or my smallest number would be negative 11 for exponents. So this is going to be our smallest number. So it's going to be 0.098 times 10 to the negative 9. Now we're going to look at the exponents. They're both the same. Now after we look at the exponents, then you look at the number. So which one's smaller? 5.26 or 1.83? Well, 1.83 is smaller, so that's going to be next on my list. So it's going to be 18.3 times 10 to the negative 6, because we're doing the original number. And then last, what's left over? 526 times 10 to the negative 7. Alright, so on this part you're going to multiply the two big numbers together, and that's 5 times 6, which is 30, times 10, and then here you're going to add the exponents. So 5 plus negative 2 is 3. Now, is 30 a scientific notation? No, it is not. So we're going to move the decimal over 1, and so I'm adding 1. So it's going to be 3 times 3.0 times 10 to the 4th. All right, same idea with B. 3 times 9 is 27 times 10. Add the exponents, and that would be negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3. 27 is still not a in scientific notation form, so I need to move it over. So I add 1 because I moved it over to the left. So it's 2.7 times 10 to the negative 2. There's your answer. Same idea with C and D. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.